Today, let me help you rediscover the Pythagorean theorem. Without further ado, take your seats, let's begin. In this triangle, we call the two sides that form the right angle A and B. The side opposite the right angle, the longest side, is called the hypotenuse, and we will call it C. The Pythagorean theorem states the following. In a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the other two sides. In mathematical terms, this is represented by the formula a squared plus b squared equals c squared. In other words, you take the length of A, you square it, you do the same with B. You add the two together and you get c squared, the square of the hypotenuse. To find the length of the hypotenuse, you simply need to take the square root of this result. That's very good, you might say. But what good is all this to me? Nothing. Or maybe not. Imagine for a moment that you have to mark out the foundations of your garden shed. And, after you've finished, you look at your frame on the floor. And you're wondering if what you have in front of you is really a rectangle? This is where the Pythagorean theorem comes in. It is one of the oldest and most powerful tools in construction, already used in principle by Egyptian and Babylonian builders. It made it possible to obtain a perfect right angle on the ground for the foundations of the pyramids. But let's get back to our garden shed and apply our theory. If our shelter is 3 meters by 4, we simply need to apply the Pythagorean theorem. To find the value of the hypotenuse, let's apply the formula. A being 3 meters squared, that makes 9 meters. B squared will be 16 meters. The sum of the two will be equal to 25, and the value of C will therefore be 5 meters. Knowing the length of the hypotenuse, or the diagonal, and the value of C will therefore be 5 meters. We can confirm that we have a right angle if the diagonal measures exactly 5 meters. And that's all for today. I hope you learned something. Bye!